Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is your boy, Mr. Purple Twizzler, with the freshly dyed hair. See this purple splotches here, guys? Don't worry, it's just hair dye. I am not turning into an actual mutant. So, guys, it is the greatest season of all. Once again, it is wipe season. So, guys, I've got together some of my early wipe tips here, hopefully to help out some of you guys. It may be simply returning. You know, you didn't play last wipe, or maybe you're completely new to Tarkov altogether, and you finally decided to take the plunge and play this wipe. So, we're going to get into these little tips right now. The first thing I am going to tell you guys, play Lighthouse. Guys, do yourselves a favor. As soon as you get into game, load it up. Offline Lighthouse raid. Go explore. Go have a look and check it out. This is the first new map we've gotten in 2 years. It's going to be really, really cool. It's going to be a really fun experience. And make sure that you don't just rush straight into customs and go do your quests and all that other crap. Go play Lighthouse. It's going to be very fun. Go have a look around. See what the loot's like. Have a bit of fun. Then by all means, get into your questing and everything else. But the first thing I'm going to be doing, straight into Lighthouse to have a look and see what's up. Now, as far as guns go and ammo goes, everybody always asks me this: what guns do you want to use in the early game? Guys, try and stick with SMGs as much as you can. 9mm is fantastic in the early game. You're not really going to be running into anybody wearing visors, and everybody's mostly going to be wearing, like, what, penis helmets, you know, 6B 47s or whatever they're called, and you're not going to need to penetrate a class 3 visor. So 9mm will work absolutely fine for this. And what are the perks of running 9mm? Has absolutely no recoil. Plus the ammo's cheap. Plus the guns are cheap. Plus the guns are everywhere. You can get them absolutely everywhere. So for me, the PP19 is probably my favorite gun in the early game. Wait until you start getting decent brakes, foregrips, stocks, and ammo before you start running anything such as, you know, AK variants, M4 variants, you know, higher tier guns. Wait until you get the better attachments before you run them. At least wait until you get the better ammo. You can just take a stock M4, just put a sight on it or whatever, and as long as you found some decent ammo for it, you can run it then. Use it to maybe try and kill some scab bosses or something. But there's no need to waste a bunch of money in the early game on AKs and other rifles that you don't have attachments for or decent ammo for. Just stick with 9mm. You're going to save yourself an absolute fortune. Also, I'm not sure when we're going to be getting it, but of course the UMP suppressed could be a lot of fun. It might be a gun that we see a lot of people using in the early game, so maybe go ahead and give that one a try as well. I'm definitely going to be giving it a go. I hope we get the suppressor early so we can run it early game, because that is when it's going to be at its most effective. Also, I say this every year, lads, DMRs are your best friend at the start of the wipe. If you happen to come across Sturman early, or you find an SVD or an M1A or something like that in a crate, as soon as you guys get to level 2 Peacekeeper, you can actually start running DMRs with M80 rounds, or you can use whatever the SVD equivalent round is. I don't really use SVDs, but as soon as you get your hands on any kind of DMR that runs 308, always take it with M80s. Don't use any of that shitty ultra nozzler crap or all that other dog tier crap ammo, BPZ, FMJ, or whatever it's called. Just buy M80s, okay? Don't run the other shite ammo. Same goes if you're running Vepr Hunters as well. Always try and run the minimum M80s in it, because that other ammo is absolutely dog shit trash, okay? Take my advice on it. Also, lads, of course, you know, early game pistol running is at its most effective. So if you guys enjoy using pistols, try and use them in the early game. I'm definitely going to be running the 45 USP. I want to see what that's like. And we're always excited when we get our hands on any new pistols. So hopefully we get that relatively early. We'll be able to try it out, and hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on some decent 45 ammo that I can put into it. Now, lads, for people wondering about Salawas, because every year people are like, I can't find my Salawas! I can't find my Salawas! Where do I get them? How do I get them? Well, lads, a lot of you guys don't know this, but you guys can get Salawas through your hideout. You just need to get fuel, and you can craft it in your med station, okay? So check that out, okay? And start crafting your Salawas there. Also, if you want to get a ton of Salawas, go to the encampment on Woods and go to, you know where like the RUAF extract is, where the smoke is and the truck is, up in the corner by the sniper rocks? You know that encampment there that has tons of boxes and shitloads of med spawns? If you do one run there, you'll probably get all 4 of your Salawas. So lads, Woods is your answer for the easiest Salawas that you can get in the game. Either that, people have told me that they get them from stash running. I've never done that method to get my Salawas, but apparently stash running can be very good for it too. So yeah, lads, speaking of stash running, nighttime stash runs at the start of the wipe. Super, super easy money, super easy ways to grab a bunch of quest items. and build up some bankroll. Now, what I'm about to say might be a little bit controversial because I always tell people the very first thing you do, try and get your quest done, okay? But if you want to make yourself some absolute bank in the early game, okay, what you can do is you can avoid questing and you can just focus on making money. Now, how am I going to make money, you might ask? Well, what you do is you non-stop grind interchange over and over again. You go from the back of Idea through the back of Goshan through the back of Ollie, and you just fill your bags with everything. You fill it with absolutely everything. Everything that you see that you know goes into the hideout, you hoard all of that shit. And what do you do with it? You store it. You store it in your stash. And then when do you sell it? You sell it when the price of it goes up on the flea market. Because the prices of a lot of items are going to be piss poor at the start of the game. But then they're going to skyrocket when more and more people start unlocking that part of their hideout and they need to get those parts in order to upgrade their hideout. This is how a lot of people, basically Willers makes like 100 million rubles, 150 million rubles in the first week. He focuses on this. And it is by far the easiest method of making cash at the start of the wipe. All you have to do is forego some time doing quests and maybe invest in like a really early scav junk box to put the stuff in. But yeah, that's an unbelievably huge way of making money. Also, while you're running stashes, you can also be getting guns, you can be getting armor, you can be getting helmets, you can be getting ammo, you can be getting food, you can be getting quest items, you could be getting everything. Stashes are so huge for money in the early game. And everybody else is going to be worrying about doing their quests and stuff. So lads, go ahead and run your stashes. I recommend nighttime interchange. Usually a pretty fun one. So yeah, you can also run stashes, I guess, on customs, woods. Although there's probably going to be a lot of people playing nighttime customs as well, because a lot of people like to do that during the wipes anyway, because they know there's less people on nighttime woods, or nighttime customs rather. But yeah, speaking of customs, get off customs as early as possible. If you are going the questing route, try and get your customs quest done as quickly as you can. Get off that map, get to interchange, get to shoreline, get to woods. Because customs is always going to be the most populated map in the early game, because so many of the early game quests take place there. There's a certain point where, you know, you'll start getting quests for other maps. At that point, you want to just stay away from customs for a while. Go play the other maps while they're quiet in the early game. Go get your quests done without being bothered, and go loot them and go explore and go kill your scavs and get your gear. Just try and stay away from customs as much as possible, because a lot of the fights in the early game can be kind of coin flipped, because nobody has visors. Everybody's just who shoots the other person in the mouth first wins, you know? So trying to get off customs as early as possible is great. Also, quick little tip as well for customs. Guys, you can't just do nighttime raids and just use flashlights, because nobody else in the early game is really going to have NVGs. It would be unbelievably rare if you ran into some guy with NVGs during the first couple of days of a wipe, let alone playing customs. So I will absolutely recommend running flashlights as well on nighttime raids. This can also be done on nighttime factory. But personally, I've never really played nighttime factory at the start of a wipe, so I don't know how quiet or how busy it'll be. But you can make a lot of money running early wipe factory by looting the safe, hitting the filing cabinets, hitting the 2 jackets, and then just immediately leaving the raid. You can make so much money doing that. And you get a lot of quest items and a lot of really, really important hideout stuff that you can get from filing cabinets as well. And obviously you can get a lot of valuables from the safe, and you can also get really valuable quest keys from the jackets. And it is such a quick run as well to make an absolute fortune. And speaking of jackets, guys, loot every single jacket you come across. I don't know how many times during the early game of Tarkov I've come across all of the bajillion jackets in dorms on customs. None of them looted. Guys, jackets are the biggest gold mine. There's a reason why all the streamers you watch go straight for jackets every single time they go to dorms, or anywhere else in the vicinity where there is a jacket. A streamer will have his fingers up there looking for any kind of quest key. Yeah, and you might ask, why are we looting jackets? Well, guys, quest keys. Quest keys are huge. Also, the solid holy grail of items in the early game for Tarkov, a marked room key. Marked room keys, as soon as you get any of them, what you want to do is you want to run that marked room over and over and over and over again until you get your key bar or until you get your docs case. Whichever one that you want in the early game, get one of them, and then you don't have to worry about running the marked room anymore. You can save it for later on, but now you have something to put all the keys into while you're running around looting jackets. So you don't have to worry about losing them or swapping things out of your container in order to secure those keys. So lads, Marked room keys early game are huge, and this is why you should loot every single jacket that you find. Also, players who are playing on the standard edition of Tarkov, you guys only have your alpha container. What you're going to want to do, prioritize proposed quests, get the Punisher Part 6 as quick as possible, try and get that done as quick as you can to expand upon your secure container so that you can go ahead and grab your Epsilon container. But I'm sure that any of the veterans that are watching me that do have standard edition, you guys know this already. It's fairly common knowledge. I just thought I'd throw it out there because some people actually don't know that you can upgrade your secure container in EFT. And a lot of people up until recently, or within the last year or so, thought the Kappa container was just an item that was just given to streamers and nobody else could get it. So you never know. Also, guys, this might be the single most important thing. And this might not be even something that crossed anybody's mind watching this video. Guys, abuse VoIP. For the love of God, abuse VoIP. Now, what do I mean by abuse VoIP? I mean, talk to the people in your raids. Say hello. Try to strike up a conversation. Lads, everybody in the early game does not want to die. Everybody fucking hates dying in the early game in Tarkov because it hurts so bad when you have a, just even a scav BP filled with items and you die. It feels like you've been kicked in the balls 18 times by Jackie fucking Chan. So, guys, talk to people that you're in close proximity with. Be like, hey man, I'm friendly. I'm just over here. I'm getting the machinery key and I'm going straight over to construction to get the thing and I want to get out. That guy might go, that's what I'm here for too. And then you can just be like, do you want to team up? Because like, there's only me and you and we could team up and we could go do that. And then we could get out together. And then if that other guy agrees with you, might know, oh my God, if I could even speak, not only have you now made a friend that you could probably continue to play Tarkov with, but you guys have both benefited from talking to each other. So use it, guys. If you run into a PMC, fight the urge to just try and shoot him in the face first and say, hey man, do you want to team up? I'm doing this. And you could be like, what quest are you doing right now? He'd be like, oh, I'm doing this. And you could be like, oh, I have the key for that. I can go open the door for you. Just little things like this, guys. Just, you know, try and be kind of friendly. Now, sometimes it's going to fucking screw you. Sometimes it'll work out, but give it a try. So yeah, I know earlier on I spoke about skipping your quests and making absolute bank. So another method that you guys can do to make absolute bank in the early game as well is skip your hideout. Guys, if you have no intention of getting the Kappa container and you want to, you know, you don't want to build up your hideout to craft the vertexes or the LEDXs or whatever else that you need for getting the Kappa quest done and stuff, and generally you just don't really give a shit about your hideout. You're kind of like me. I don't really use my hideout at all either, so I might skip the hideout early game this time around. And guys, just you will save so much money. A hideout is such a money sink in the early game. It is absolutely insane. So yeah, guys, feel free to skip the hideout. Are you going to miss out on some things? Yes. Are your soft skills going to level up slower because you haven't got the library done or you haven't got the air filtration system installed and stuff? Absolutely. But you're going to be swimming in rubles. And maybe if you're a casual player who has less time to play every week, you can just slowly tip away at your hideout. Maybe do one upgrade every day or two or something like that. Rather than just blowing all your cash. Because, dude, all my money in the early game goes straight into the hideout. And this time around, I'm seriously considering just skipping it and just not doing it for a while. And just taking my time this wipe and just kind of having fun with it. But yeah, hideout items, guys, absolute bank every single wipe. Everybody sleeps on this and it's such an easy way to make money. So lads, there are some of my early game tips and stuff. This video has actually gone way over time. It was meant to be much shorter, but I kind of got carried away with a couple of things there. So hopefully you guys find this or found this educational. Hopefully some of these tips will help you out. Let me know if they do. And guys, this video is going up tonight, which is the day before the wipe. So guys, I want to say good luck to everybody. I hope you guys have a fantastic wipe. I hope the launch goes smoothly. And hopefully I will see and chat to you guys in game with VoIP. Imagine, after all these years, we're finally getting VoIP and EFT, and it's probably the feature I'm most excited for. It's insane. So lads, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment down below, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, lads, I'll see you on Lighthouse. Peace out, my dudes.